Hi my friends, I'm Vadim Kolganov here in Sambo, Glasgow. Today we're going to cover another Sambo technique. It's a leg technique, back trip. Gonna start with just the basics, how to set it up, how to apply pressure, how to throw, and then we'll just move on into the different variations, different grips, defenses, counters, and combinations from it. It's relatively easy throw to learn. That's why usually this is one of the first throws that people learn when they come to the Sambo or Judo, for that matter. Please subscribe and like and share. So we're going to start now. So my friends, I'm going to use my son again. He's kindly let me demonstrate on him. Back trip. Just to show you first, and then we're just going to break it down. So as you see, it's quite simple. Well, not simple, but easy to learn throw. Opportunity for the throw. So depending on what your opponent does. So usually your opponent will bring you one leg too far forward, so you will be able to attack the closer leg. He also could pull, so use his force to use it against him. Another one, he leans back a little bit and putting his weight back and keeping his legs slightly bent. So it's easier for you to throw him because he's weak in that direction. The grips are different. So we're going to use this just now is the simple grip, the standard grip, sleeve and lapel. It's the same thing like in judo. You could hold on to the end of the sleeve, pistol grip on top like this, or I prefer holding on to the elbow, well, the sleeve under the elbow, and holding on to the lapel just a little below the collarbone, like so, here. And remember, gripping again, don't grip it like this, grip with the 3 fingers and bring the thumb on top, like so. So, preparing the throw, because if you don't prepare the throw, that might not gonna happen. So, one of them is the sharp pull, and at the same time as you pull him sharply towards you, you step in, here. As you do so, you step with your left leg if you are right-handed, and try to bring your feet on a line with his feet, here. Because if you're going to get too far, you'll be, as you come in, you'll be off balance, so he'll be able to throw you. As the same, if you don't step far enough, exactly the same thing, you end up in the same position, you'll be leaning backwards, so he'll throw you. Okay, so try to bring your legs on the same line with his leg, or your leg, left leg. Step in, bring your toes slightly out. So that's the first one, Your arms doing almost like a snatch-like action. You pull and you step in. Bring with your left arm, you pull his arm across your chest, so your chest could lie on his arm. And you look down. make sure it's nice and close, so you bring your hips nice and close to his hips. Your arm, your forearm, kind of almost like slaps on his chest. And that's actually one of the exercises you can do to practice without throwing, like sort of uchikomi or choning practice. Yeah, step in, pull sharp to get his weight onto that leg. And with this arm, you kind of hit his chest with your forearm and pull him towards you at the same time. Try to turn your body slightly. Another way of preparing the throw, what you could do is pull him to the opposite side of the throw to get the reaction. Yeah, as you start pulling here, he's feeling the weight going on onto this leg, he naturally will be pulling to that side. Yeah, and then, so you go one way and then the other. Just like this. Another one when he brings one leg too far forward. So as we're moving around, he steps. And you'll be able to break his balance this way. It is important to break his balance. If you don't break his balance, he'll be standing strong, so it's a danger for you, because if you come in for the throw, he'll be able to counter by throwing you back. So next step when you are preparing the throw, as you are balanced in, put the weight into this leg, your right leg steps in and you put your back of your knee behind back of knee of your opponent. Step, pull. As you come in, put your foot on your toes. And then to throw him, you straighten your leg. Bring your heel down. Sort of like that. Like Elvis Presley. Here. Step in. And what you need to do after that, you step in deep, back of your knee hits back of his knee, and you turn your body. As your opponent falls, pull on his sleeve. That will help it break his fall. Also, that will enable you to gain your balance so you won't fall. Just like this, yes, so you'll be able to either attack with the elbow lock or go for the pin. So that is the basic throw. Holding to the sleeve of the lapel, back trip. So that was basic technique, back trip. Now we're going to go over the variations as in using different grips. So that was sleeve and lapel. You can't hold on to the sleeve and high collar, especially when somebody is leaning forward slightly. So when you come in here, put the weight onto his back, kind of almost like hanging on him. And as you step in, you bring your shoulder into his top of his face as you pull with your arm towards you, kind of pushing with your shoulder down. And that will put the pressure on his neck and break his structure. So here, like this. So, and as you continue pulling him down, you throw him. So here, his forehead is on your shoulder. You pull with your right and push with your shoulder as you step in. Another variation, when you're holding on to the belt and his arm. It's one of the first techniques probably you will learn because it's easy to balance in this way. So holding on to the sleeve and the belt. So as you step in, same thing, you pull with your arm on his sleeve and tilt him onto that leg that you go into attack. Holding on to the belt, that kind of enables you to break his balance easier. Another variation is when you're holding on to his belt over the same shoulder. The same, it's my right arm goes over his right shoulder of the same name basically. Opposite is when my right holding on to his opposite side, left side. So from here, you grab the belt, pull, and the same thing, step. That's the Georgian grip, or belt grip over the same shoulder. You also don't have to hold on. Sometimes you can pull and just reach over. But this throw is done by falling. You need to bring your leg quite far. It's quite a heavy throw. When you practice it with your partner, to make it a little bit softer for him, what you do, as you go in with your arm, you kind of stretch the arm forward. And then pull on the sleeve and press your chest, your back against his chest. You're holding on, pin. Otherwise he'll take you back. Just go for the full scarf hold. one more time. Another variation, cross arms. When you're crossing his arms. If you manage to break his grip. Here, as you pull with the sleeve, on the sleeve, you bring your elbow on top of his arm. Grip under, hold on to the sleeve, lift the arm and bring your elbow right on top of his arm here whilst pulling. Step in. So another variation, guys, is the cross grip when you're holding on with your left arm to his sleeve and to his lapel, to the same lapel, with your right arm. The rest, it remains the same. Step in on the line, straight line that his legs made. Yeah. Step, pull. As I do that, I twist a little bit so to put the pressure on his arm. Here, like this, on his bicep, and then at the same time, it's almost like a fly fishing. Never done it, but I think it's kind of all like a whip. I guess. Step, pull him up after you throw him. This one, when you're picking up, grabbing his leg, opposite leg. If you hold on to the, again, lapel, step and throw. Again, if you hold on to the lapel, you hold on to the high collar. Or you can hold on to the belt. When he falls, again, you can either go for the hip lock, and you pull him up, bring your knees together and twist. Or go for that keys. Sometimes to make it easier to pick up the leg, you use this leg to send it to your arm. Break his balance to this side and lift. Variation when you hold on to his leg with two arms. Yeah, here, up and catch. Catch. When you hold on to the leg tight, keep it close to your body, and as you twist, torque your body. Again, block back of his leg with your right arm. And that's you again, ready to go for the submission. And you hold on to his one arm with two arms. The trick is, when it's holding on to your lapel, here, you pull on the sleeve and your arm goes under here. It's almost like getting on a lock position. That breaks his balance because it's uncomfortable. Get here, lean forwards, and then throw him by blocking his leg and hitting his leg with the back of your knee. Now, to show it from the other side, I'm not going to throw, but I'll just show. Okay, basically what it is, yeah, you pull, you bring your chest and you shoulder to shoulder here, and this arm goes under, and that's it. You pull it tight, you could hold on to your arms together. Boom, that's it, and turn. Drop knee. So instead of stepping like this, you put the knee down and block his leg. By dropping your weight down on your knee, you break his balance sharply on the right leg that you're going to attack. And the last one. Max is losing his patience now. He's probably too tired to get up. Right, so this one is under two legs. Yeah, exactly the same thing, but instead of blocking one leg, I block two. One more time. So this some variations. I'm probably missing something, but I think that's enough. Variations of the same throw back trap with using different grips and different entry. Yeah, yeah. So now we're going to do defenses and then counters. Of course, mistakes. Common mistakes. You don't break his balance. Yeah. You come in, your leg is too short, as I said before. Yeah, and you come in like this. You stick your leg in, but your back is leaning backwards, so you're off balance yourself. So you'll be able to counter. You don't break enough. It's not closeness. You can't bring your hip close enough to him. Yeah, there's a gap. So make sure, yeah, and don't overstep as well, because that kind of puts you in a weak position as well. You don't break his balance. Your arm's not working. You're not twisting. You're coming in and turning, putting his weight onto that leg, so you'll be able to counter it. Defenses. Defense. It's quite simple. Defense. Because he's attacking this leg as he steps in. You just move the leg back. That's all. Yeah. If you're able to read this move, as soon as he starts throwing, you just move your leg back. That's it. And push him slightly forward. Don't push too hard, because you might get countered. Or maybe setting up a combination. Yeah, just move the leg back. Another one is blocking the hip of the leg that he's going to attack with. Yep. Just brace his against his hip. And take the grip again. Make sure you always got the more or less 2 arms on his jacket. And use maneuverability, yeah, so move around. Another one, when it comes in, it's a stepping over that way. Tricky, because if it keeps his hip nice and tight, that's not going to be possible to do. So that's defenses, counters. When he comes in and you'll be able to break his balance, you'll be able to do the back trip against the back trip or the adhvat when you're doing like almost a sort of guy-like motion. Try to read the move. As he comes in, you step in to break his balance back the way. And step with your leg back. Boom, here. Pick up. When he moves in, you step back and do like a tiguruma, side over turn. Move leg back, squat, grab his thigh, keep it close to your chest, pick him up and turn him, throw on the mats. As he comes in, to be able to break his balance, you lift from your thigh and throw him back the leg. Yeah, step in. My leg kind of steps in to block his leg and push him off to the side. Here, grab his waist, bring this leg in and lift. That's what regarding counters. Combinations. We're almost coming to the end of the video. Hopefully you stayed all the way to the end. You just didn't watch the first thing. Combinations. Always nice to have a style that puts two throws together, so you'll be able to use action-reaction. For his reaction, you do different action. So, techniques coming off the back trip. When you're trying to set up the back trip, he responds and you do something different. The first one is the back trip to the front sweep. As you move his leg back in defense to the threat of the back trip, you change direction and block his leg to the front sweep. Pull sharply, don't always break his balance. And look in the direction of throw. Another one, if you go in the front, you can go inside, going for the inner hook. So as you come in here, break his balance, and hook. And if his legs are up, you could go for the immediately for the submission. Another variation. Same reaction. As you step in, move the leg back. So we could go for the inner reap. And one more. Back trip to the front trip. As you step in, he moves the leg back, but he leans forward, so you change direction from the back to the front. Holding onto the sleeve and a high collar. Normally I'll fall on top of him, just go for the pin. Right, so this was introduction to the back trip throw, which is in Sambo classification is the leg technique. Hopefully you enjoyed it, guys, and you watched the video to the end. Please pass your comments, and hopefully you liked it. I'll see you next time. Cheers.